And now the Broncos, red card number 2, Cole Varsity. At card number 3, Justin O'Deacon. At card number 23, Alex Sanders. At card number 24, Nick Lupton. And center number 35, John Stewart. The roster has Paul Rico, Mr. Michael O'Brien, Mr. Matt Green, Mr. Josh Wilson. Urban 19, Mr. Kurt Shoebridge, Mr. Kevin Pollock, and Mr. KJ Waterall. At this time, we have the all blue prize. Moving after the business of the Pascack Hills Chamber Card. Sing our national anthem.
And we are very happy to welcome you inside on this beautiful Wednesday evening to the Michael J. O'Brien Court in Pascack Hills High School. I'm Matthew Merlino. Thank you all for joining us this evening as the Pascack Hills Varsity Broncos take on the Cliffside Park Red Raiders. Both teams finishing up their pre-game talks as the Red Raiders already coming on to the court. So both teams, I believe, are ready to take the court. The 5 starting for the Broncos: Cole Pascack, Justin O'Nickian, Tyler Sanders, John Stewart, and Nick Luxman. So it's Sanders in the middle, Kendrick Hunter in the middle for the Raiders. And we're underway. It goes Hills' way. Pascack gets it, and he'll immediately give it over to O'Nickian, who gives it to Sanders. Sanders tried to give it into Luckman, who couldn't get the layup down, and now Hunter puts one up and misses, but it's rebounded by Julius Gonzalez. He misses. Rebounded now by Jamil Gonzalez. And he gives it out to Brian Gonzalez, takes the 3 from the top, no good. And Sanders gets the rebound. He gives it over to Pascack now, crosses over, gives it over back to Sanders. Sanders trying to give it out to somebody, gets it out to Luckman. Luckman now over to Stewart. Now it is Sanders who puts up the contested 2 and cannot get it to fall. Rebounded by the Raiders now as Brian Gonzalez takes it up the court. Jamil Gonzalez holding his face there is now Ryan Rohar with it. He gives it over to Jamil Gonzalez. Gonzalez out to Brian Gonzalez now. He gives it over to Kendrick Hunter. Back with Brian Gonzalez over to Jamil Gonzalez, loses it, and now Luckman gives it over to Sanders, and the Broncos draw first blood. 2-0. Hills leads Cliffside Park. And now it's Ryan Rohar who takes it up once again. Gives it over to Brian Gonzalez. Now Julius Gonzalez who puts one up, no good, and Luckman gets the rebound again. Luckman gives it out to Stewart. Stewart in the corner gives it to Sanders, who gives it out in the wing. Now Luckman, 2, bounces around and drops in. 4-0 Pascack Hills. As now Gonzalez, Jamil Gonzalez, takes it up the court. Now it is Brian Gonzalez. Now Ryan Rohar out to Kendrick Hunter here. Now it is Julius Gonzalez right over to Jamil Gonzalez, and now Brian Gonzalez. Oh, a big block there from Stewart. And now Luckman takes it up. 32. Luckman over to Justin Onikian now. He gives it to Cole Piscotti. And Piscotti over to Sanders. Sanders back to Onikian. Now Sanders, 3 from the top of the key, and good. Timeout already from the Raiders. We'll be back in just a moment. Back on the court now here in the first quarter. It's a 7-0 lead for the Pascack Hills Broncos with just about 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. The Cliffside Park Red Raiders have it. Ryan Rohar takes it up. And Rohar covered by Piscotti, now looking to drive in, gives it out to Brian Gonzalez. He tries to give it into Julius Gonzalez, who cannot haul it in. So it'll be Onikian inbounding here to Piscotti. Under 5 minutes to go. And now it is Stewart. Gives it over to Sanders. Turns around, puts one up, and good. 9-0 now. As Jamil Gonzalez. Oh, almost intercepted by Onikian, goes in the corner. The 3 no good there from Brian Gonzalez. And now Stewart gives it to Piscotti. Now over to Onikian. 3 from the wing, it's no good. Sanders gets it on the rebound, gives it to Luckman. Puts one up, no good on the turnaround. And it goes the other way. Here's Rohar. Crossing over. Gives it out in the corner to Gonzalez. And gets the 3. First points of the day for Cliffside Park. 9-3 the score is now Piscotti. Over to Stewart. Into Luckman now. Out to Stewart. And now Piscotti. Steps back, gives it to Luckman. Turns around, puts one up. Can't get it to fall, though, and it goes the other way. As now Jamil Gonzalez. Cross court to Ryan Rohar. Rohar drives in, puts one up. No good. Can't get sipped back in. And now Luckman gets the rebound. Gives it over to Sanders. Drives in, puts one up, and good from Tyler Sanders there. Now it is Hunter. Tipped out by Sanders, goes out and stays with the Raiders. Gonzalez on the inbound, gives it to Jamil Gonzalez, and now over to Rohar, tipped out by Piscotti. Julius Gonzalez into Jamil Gonzalez, and now over to Rohar. Philip Lukin, he's got it, gives it over to Rohar, back to Lukin, 3 from the corner, it's no good, and Stewart brings it down. Now to Piscotti. He gives it up to Onikian. Oh, stolen. Gonzalez takes it up, no good. But back in, Lukin puts it in. And now Gonzalez takes it up the court. Or no, sorry, this is Cole Piscotti. Luckman into Stewart, big block from Kendrick Hunter. Now Onikian. Gave it out to Luckman, who couldn't get it from the corner. And now Gonzalez takes it up, gives it over to Hunter. Hunter back to Jamil Gonzalez, now Rohar. Back to Gonzalez on the wing, gives it back over to Rohar. 3 from the wing, no good. Hunter brings it down, puts it up, can't get it, brings it down again, loses it. Now Luckman's got it. Back up, Onikian, fast break, layup, good. Jamil Gonzalez takes it up the court once again. And now Ryan Rohar with it. Rohar hands it off to Luke. Puts one up. Long 2, no good. Luckman brings it down. Minute 30 to go in the first quarter. Luckman crosses over, gives it back to Piscotti. Now Stewart gives it over to Sanders. Sanders back out to Stewart. Oh, going to be a foul call here, it looks like. It will be on, I believe, Lukin, as Ben Stahl comes in for Cole Piscotti, and Raymer Moscat and Nick Ortiz come in for Cliffside Park. Onikian gives it out to Sanders, back to Onikian, and now Luckman. Luckman crossing over, gives it over to Stewart. Stewart into Onikian. Nice kick out to Stahl, puts one up, in and out, no good. How unfortunate there. Stays with the Broncos though, Sanders. Oh, tried to give it into Luckman, went out off of Gonzalez. And it'll be a Bronco inbound, it looks like. Yes, it will. Onikian's got it. Onikian on the inbound, gives it to Sanders, and gets it. Another 2 from Tyler Sanders to make it a 10-point lead with just 40 seconds to go and counting. Rohar over to Ortiz, back to Rohar now. Crossing over. Rohar steps back, 3 from the wing, it's good. 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Stahl inbounds to Onikian. 15-8 is the score. 20 seconds to go now. Sanders into Luckman. Luckman now Stewart. Now it's Stahl. Stahl back out to Luckman. 3. No good from the top of the key. Onikian can't tip it back in. 5 seconds to go in the quarter. 15-8 the score. 2 to end it. No good. And the buzzer sounds. 15-8 is the score here as we make our way through the first 8 minutes of action. We'll be back in just a moment for our final 8 minutes of the first half. And we're ready to go with another 8 minutes of action here before our halftime break. The score 15-8. It's the Pascack Hills Broncos leading by 7 over the Cliffside Park Red Raiders. It's an inbound for the Raiders here as Gonzalez gives it into Jamil Gonzalez. That was Brian Gonzalez on the inbound. Brian Gonzalez gets it back. He gives it over to Ryan Rohar now, who's covered by Ben Stahl. Crosses over. Rohar out to Brian Gonzalez. He gives it out to Rohar again. Drives in, puts one up. It's no good, and Stahl gets the rebound. All the way up on the fast break to Stewart. He gives it out. Now Luckman's got it over to Stahl. Now O'Nickian on the wing into Stewart. Back out to Stahl. Stahl, now Luckman up top of the key. He gives it over to Sanders. 3 from the wing, it's no good. And rebounded by Rohar. Almost lost it there. Unfazed, puts up the layup, can't get it and falls. Now Sanders over to Luckman. Sanders puts one up, he can't get it to fall. And Gonzalez gives it up to Rohar. 3 from the wing, it's no good. Stahl gets the rebound here, and we've only burned a minute. O'Nickian with it. Gives it over to Stahl. Stahl on the ground. Timeout called by Hills. And we'll be back in about a minute. Back now with 6 minutes 40 seconds to go before halftime. Sam Cooper is in, and Tyler Sanders is out. Cooper gives it to Luckman and gets it back. Now 6 minutes 30 to go. He gives it to O'Nickian, who gives it over to Luckman. Luckman, now Stewart, now Cooper gives it into Stahl. He can't get the layup. And now it is Gonzalez here. Gives it back to Jamil Gonzalez. And he gives it out, back to Brian Gonzalez, spins around, puts one up, and gets it. So it is 15-10 now, and Sam Cooper takes it up. Now it's O'Nickian. Oh, lost it, stolen by Julius Gonzalez. He almost loses it, keeps it in control, gives it over to Brian. And now Raymer Moscat. Now it is Jamil Gonzalez. Gives it out to Brian Gonzalez. 3 from the wing is good. And now it's a 2-point lead for Pascack Hills. Sam Cooper takes it up. Oh, lost it. But a foul is called. It was Jamil Gonzalez, and the foul is going to be on Jamil Gonzalez. The 3rd team foul in the half for the Raiders, and the 1st on Gonzalez tonight. Cooper on the inbound. Gives it out to Stewart, almost intercepted by Moscat. No shot, he's going to be foul. It's another one on Gonzalez. As in comes Ryan Rohar for Jamil Gonzalez, who has had the last 2 fouls in these past, 30 seconds. As now Luckman gets it off the inbound from Cooper, gives it back to Cooper. Cooper over to Stahl. Stahl, now Stewart. Tried to give it to Luckman, he couldn't get it, goes out. It stays with the Broncos here. So Cooper on the inbound. Gives it out to Luckman. Puts one up for 2. It's no good. And now it is Julius Gonzalez who takes it up with Brian Gonzalez. Tried to give it into Kendrick Hunter, but it goes the other way. Luckman's got it. Luckman gets the layup. And now it is this is Ryan Rohar taking it up. Gives it out to Brian Gonzalez. No shot called. It's a foul here on the Broncos, and it is on Ben Stahl. First team foul for the Broncos. And Rohar tried to give it into Gonzalez, but Onikian was there to steal it. And now Cooper up to Luckman. 3 from the wing is good. 20-13 the score, a 7-point lead. Rohar. Keeps with it now. Stahl gets the steal, gives it over to Cooper. Cooper up. Foul. And it is going to be 2 shots for Cooper here. Foul is on Raymer Moscat. We'll see what Cooper can do. Cooper makes the first as Tyler Sanders comes in for Ben Stahl. Cooper makes the second. Cole Piscotti will come in for Sam Cooper here. And so Hills takes a 9-point lead. As now Jamil Gonzalez takes it up. 2 fouls on the day. He gives it over to Raymer Moscat, but Piscotti gets it. And now Sanders gives it over to Onikian. Oh, tried to give it into Stewart, but it was intercepted by Hunter, and now Gonzalez takes it up, spins around, gives it out to Brian Gonzalez. 3 is no good, and Luckman brings it down. Now Luckman tried to give it to Onikian. It went out of bounds, and a sub here. It is Philip Lukin coming in for Raymer Moscat. Piscotti gets it on the inbound from Onikian. 3 minutes 30 to go. Now it is Stewart over to Luckman. Now Onikian into Stewart. Puts one up. No good, just barely missed it. And now Gonzalez takes it up. Gives it over to Jamil Gonzalez. Back over to Julius Gonzalez now, 3 minutes to go in the half. Jamil gives it over to Lukin, and now back to Julius. Back over to Jamil Gonzalez now. Takes the long 3, no good. Stewart's there to get the rebound. He gives it up to Cole Piscotti. Piscotti still with it. 2 minutes 45 to go in the half. Luckman now with it. Lost it. Stolen by Brian Gonzalez. Then unopposed, the layup is good. Now Onikian gets it. 2 minutes 30 to go. It's a 7-point lead for the Broncos as Sanders puts the layup back up to make it a 9-point lead again. Gonzalez. Over to Julius Gonzalez here. Oh, Luckman on the ground. No good on the pull-up jumper, and Sanders brings it down with 2 minutes to go. As Stewart. Back to Piscotti. Now Sanders, corner 3. No good off the back of the rim. And now Jamil Gonzalez. And 1 from Jamil Gonzalez here. Foul is going to be on Nick Luckman here. Second team foul for the Broncos and the first for Luckman. Gonzalez makes his lone free throw. That makes it a 24-18 game with under 2 minutes to go. As now Sanders gives it out to Onikian. Onikian looking for a pass. Fires it over to Sanders, but it's intercepted. Gonzalez gives it up to Jamil Gonzalez. Jamil Gonzalez still with it, drives in, gives it out to Julius Gonzalez. The three is no good. Luckman tried to box out. They kept it in, though. Now Luckman gets it himself. Gives it up to Piscotti.
Pass and cut. Let's go. Pass and cut.
Piscotti, now Stewart over to Onikian. Into Luckman, turns and shoots. No good. And it goes out, and it goes the Raiders' way. Inbound here from Philip Lucan. He gives it to Jamil Gonzalez, and they'll take it up. Cliffside Park. Over to Lucan, into Hunter. Puts one up, and good. 40 seconds to go as Luckman gives it over to Piscotti. 24-20 the score. Piscotti over to Onikian. Onikian, now Luckman, the two is no good. Lucan brings it down. Gonzalez to Gonzalez here. Jamil puts one up, no good. Brought down by Hunter, and he's going to be fouled. And one for Kendrick Hunter here. Third team foul for the Broncos, and it is the second on Luckman. Hunter with a chance to make it a 1-point game. And he does not. It's still a 2-point Bronco lead. Onikian. Oh, lost it. Gave it over to Luckman, though. Now Stewart couldn't get the shot off. And to end the half, no good on the half quarter from Julius Gonzalez. At the end of the first half here, the score 24-22. The Pascack Hills Broncos narrowly clinging on to a lead over the Cliffside Park Red Raiders. Ready to get back to action here. 16 minutes of basketball to go. It's the Pascack Hills Broncos who have the ball. They have a 2-point lead over the Cliffside Park Red Raiders. It is Sam Cooper who inbounds to Justin Onikian, and we're back underway. Cooper gets it back, and he'll take it up. Now gives it over to John Stewart. Now Nick Luckman, who pulls up and gets the 2. That makes it a 4-point lead for the Broncos here, as now Jamil Gonzalez with it. He gives it over to Julius Gonzalez, now number 2. Oh, lost it. Both on the ground. Going to be a jump ball.
Jump that right away. Sam, switch with Tyler. Tyler.
And it will be an inbound for the Raiders here. Goes into Jamil Gonzalez, now out to Brian Gonzalez. Now it is Julius Gonzalez. He gives it over to Ryan Rohar. And now Brian Gonzalez, stolen, intercepted by Luckman. He gives it up to Onikian. Big block, but a foul called on Brian Gonzalez here. One foul for Gonzalez, first team foul of the half, and 2 from the line for Justin Onikian. Makes the first, so it will be a 5-point lead now, chance to make it a 6-point lead. And he does. So the score now 28-22. I believe a timeout here. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this timeout from Cliffside Park. Back now as the Raiders have it. Jamil Gonzalez now over to Brian Gonzalez. Gives it back to Jamil, now in the corner to Rohar. And stolen by Cooper. And Sanders makes the 2. 30-22 is the score. It's an 8-point lead for the Broncos here. Here comes Gonzalez. Misses it. And Stewart brings it down. He gives it to Cooper. Cooper up to Luckman. Luckman for 3, it's no good. And Gonzalez brings it down again. And now Gonzalez over to Jamil Gonzalez. 3 from the top is no good. Cooper gets the rebound. Cooper over to Sanders. That might be a charge, and it is. Foul on Tyler Sanders, his first of the game and his first of the half. As Gonzalez. Oh, tipped by Sanders, keeps it in. No, he stepped out of bounds. And so it'll be the Red Raiders who have it. Julius Gonzalez into Jamil Gonzalez here. And now Julius Gonzalez with it. Gives it over to Hunter, and he makes the 2 to make it now a 6-point game. As Sam Cooper brings it up for the Broncos once again. Now Stewart gives it into Luckman. Luckman contested 2, And it'll be a foul here on Jamil Gonzalez, his third. Luckman to the line for 2. No good on the first one. And misses both, so it stays a 6-point game as Rojar brings it up. He gives it over to Jamil Gonzalez. Oh, stolen by Onikian. But it's stolen back. Now Sanders gets a hand on it, and now Gonzalez takes it back up. Gives it over to Lukin, who misses a 3, and it's brought down by Luckman. Gives it over to Sanders. They're going to slow things down. Now it is Sanders with Oniki, and now Cooper. Now it is Oniki, and again gives it to Stewart. Layup is good. Back to an 8-point lead for the Broncos as Gonzalez to Gonzalez, back to Gonzalez. Jamil Gonzalez with it. He gives it right to Sam Cooper, who gives it up to Onikian. Can't get the layup, and Gonzalez brings it back down. Jamil Gonzalez with it, loses it. Now it is Luckman who has it. He gives it over to Onikian, who misses one. And now Lukin still with it, lost it, goes out, and it goes the Broncos' way. Sub coming in, it's Brian Gonzalez. Inbound here, Sanders gives it to Cooper. Now Onikian gets it out to Stewart, out to Sanders. The corner 3 is no good. And Gonzalez brings it down. Now it is Julius Gonzalez. A foul called here just as Sanders got it. Foul is on, I believe, Sam Cooper, or yes, it is on Sam Cooper, his first. Both teams with 2 fouls as Cooper gets it. Now Onikian puts one up and good. So it's a 10-point lead for the Pascack Hills Broncos here. It's Rojar with it. Now it is Philip Lukin. He gives it to Hunter, and now a foul here, no shot. And it is John Stewart who has the foul charged, his first of the game. Now out to Rojar. Rojar still with it, over to Gonzalez now. 3 is no good. And now Cooper up to Stewart, to Sanders. And stolen by Rojar. Rojar makes the layup, and that cuts the lead down to 8. And I believe another timeout for the Raiders. And we'll be back in a minute. Back now with 3 minutes 27 seconds to go here in the third quarter of play. 8 more minutes in the fourth to go. It is an 8-point lead for the Pascack Hills Broncos. They've got the ball. It's Sam Cooper taking it up the court. Cooper to Sanders, now back to Cooper on the wing. Gives it over to Onikian on the other wing. Into Sanders, 2 is good. And now Rojar.
Up, Sam. Up, Sam. Good. There it is. There it is. Get up, Sam.
Now it is Brian Gonzalez. Oh, lost it there. It goes with the Raiders.
13.
Rojar on the inbound here.
There it is.
Gives it out to Gonzalez. Gonzalez over to Julius Gonzalez, who missed the 3. Now it's Onikian who gives it to Cooper. Cooper up to Sanders. Now Stewart. Now Luckman. He gives it to Sanders. And a foul. Foul will be on Nick Ortiz here. Or no, sorry. It will be on Brian Gonzalez, and that will be his second. So now Cooper puts one up and gets it. So it's a 12-point lead. Now 2 minutes, 30 seconds to go.
Come on, John. Move your feet. Ready to go. Time to get inside there.
Oh, a nice layup there from Julius Gonzalez. That cuts the lead back down to 10. Here's Sam Cooper. Now it is Stewart. Over to Luckman. Luckman now with Sanders. Sanders back over to Luckman. Takes the 3 from the wing. It's no good. And now Brian Gonzalez takes it up the court. Gives it over to Ryan Rojar. Oh, tipped by Onikian, yet it gets to Gonzalez anyway. Now back to Rojar. Gives it over to Gonzalez. Now back to Julius Gonzalez. He gives it back over to Brian. Oh, might have been a travel there. Julius in the corner. 3 is good. And that will make it a 7-point game now as Cooper takes it up the court. 1 minute and 20 seconds remain here as Onikian. Now it is Stewart. Into Luckman. Layup no good. But a timeout from Coach Paul DeRico, and we'll be back in 30 seconds. Before we get back to action here, we should take the time to mention that number 23, Tyler Sanders, has accounted for almost half of the Broncos' scoring at this point. 19 out of the 40 points scored have been Sanders, his points, and he's only had 1 foul today. So a very good game from Sanders so far, and he's still got about 9 minutes to go on the court. Cleaning up a little spill here next to the Broncos bench, so that might delay us by a few more seconds. But when we do get going, which we seem to be right now, it is going to be Abraham to Barr, or no, sorry, this is Brian Gonzalez, who inbounds to Ryan Rojar, and we are back underway. Oh, Gonzalez goes out of bounds. It's an inbound for the Red Raiders. Brian Gonzalez out to Ryan Rojar. Rojar out to Julius Gonzalez. Up in the air trying to get that one. He does. Out of bounds again. Who's it going to go to? It goes to the Broncos. And it'll be Cooper on the inbound. Cooper now. Sanders back to Cooper. Under a minute to go in the third quarter. Now it is Luckman up top of the key. Into Stewart. Layup is good. And Gonzalez. Now it is Rohar. Back to Gonzalez. Now Rohar in the corner. Julius Gonzalez, and it'll be an and one. Chance to make it an 8-point game here if he makes this one. Julius Gonzalez at the line. The foul on the Broncos, their fourth team foul of the half, and it is on John Stewart, his second. Gonzalez misses it, so it's a 9-point Bronco lead. Sam Cooper brings it up the court. Now it is Onikian, now Cooper, over to Sanders, now Luckman, and now Cooper. Sanders with it again, puts one up, no good. And it's rebounded by Gonzalez, now in double coverage. 8 seconds, 5 seconds to go now. Rohar brings it up. Can he get the shot off? Going to be a kickball here. 1.7 seconds on the clock, and it'll be an inbound for the Raiders here. It'll be Julius Gonzalez who takes it. Final shot, Rohar. Long one off the front of the rim, no good. And so we'll go to our final break with a score 42-33 as the Broncos do lead the Cliffside Park Red Raiders. Back now with our final 8 minutes of action. As we said at the end of the third quarter, it is a Bronco lead. They have the ball and the lead by 9 over the Cliffside Park Red Raiders. It'll be an inbound by Justin Onikian here.
You're at 32. Nick, you and Tyler are in. White, we're in one. That's up.
No, it is. I apologize. It's going to be a Cliffside Park inbound here. Brian Gonzalez gives it into Jameel Gonzalez, and we are back underway. Cole Piscotti back in for the Broncos. Raymer Moscat, he's got it for the Red Raiders. Now it is Jameel Gonzalez here who fakes putting it up, then gives it back over to Moscat. And now it is Julius Gonzalez over to Jameel Gonzalez. Spin move, layup no good, and Piscotti brings it down. Piscotti up the court, now it's Onikian. Now Luckman over to Onikian, now Stewart. Stewart still with it, now Onikian's got it. Here's Luckman, no good on the two-pointer, Moscat. Now it is Jameel Gonzalez. Brian Gonzalez with a nice move on the layup. And now it is Piscotti who takes it up the court. 42-35 is the score. Here's Onikian. Now it is Stewart. Piscotti back over to Stewart. Now it's Onikian. Back to Stewart. Into Sanders now. He gives it back out to Stewart. Stewart puts one up. No good, but he's fouled. Foul's going to be on Gonzalez, his third. And it'll be 2 from the line for John Stewart. Stewart makes the first. 8-point game now. And he makes both, so it's a 9-point lead for the Broncos. As now Gonzalez gives it up to Gonzalez. Emil Gonzalez now back over to Brian Gonzalez. Gives it out on the wing. That was Julius Gonzalez who missed the layup. And now Piscotti gets it off of Luckman. Now Stewart over to Onikian. Into Luckman. A foul is going to be called here on Philip Lukin, his second foul. 15th foul of the half for Cliffside Park, and Kendrick Hunter comes in for Raymer Moscat. 6 minutes to go. Onikian on the inbound. He gives it out to Luckman, now Stewart. And now into Onikian, puts one up, it's no good. And now it is Brian Gonzalez. Gives it over to Lukin. Now it is Jamil Gonzalez here. He gives it over to Julius. Now back to Jamil. Back out to Julius Gonzalez. Now driving it out to Lukin. 3 from the wing. It's no good, and Stewart brings down the rebound. Now it is Cole Piscotti who takes it up. Just 5 minutes to go. Onikian into Luckman. Luckman lost it, got it back. Now it's Piscotti over to Stewart. They swing it back to Onikian. Into Luckman, it goes out, and it'll be an inbound for the Raiders here. Still a 9-point lead for the Broncos. It's 44-35 the score. 5 minutes, 12 seconds to go and counting here in the fourth quarter. As Jamil Gonzalez drives in, puts up the layup. Foul call. And it'll be on Cole Piscotti, his first. 2 shots from the line. Both teams with 5 team fouls here, and 2 shots for Jamil Gonzalez. Going to make the first, so an 8-point lead now for the Broncos. And he makes both. A timeout now from the Red Raiders. We'll be back in about a minute. Back now with just about 5 minutes to go here. The score is 44-37, a 7-point lead for the Pascack Hills Broncos over the Cliffside Park Red Raiders. And the Broncos will have the inbound here. Justin Onikian gives it into Cole Piscotti, excuse me. And now back over to Onikian. He gives it back to Piscotti. Piscotti, Stewart, now Onikian. Long two, good from Luckman there. And now a 9-point lead for the Broncos. Here is Jamil Gonzalez. And now back to Jamil Gonzalez here. Oh, tipped out. Goes to Philip Lukin, now out to Brian Gonzalez. 3, no good from Julius Gonzalez, and Luckman brings it down. Back to Cole Piscotti. Now it's Onikian. He gives it to Sanders. Now Luckman. 2, another made 2-pointer from Nick Luckman there, and it's 48-37. Long 3 is no good from Brian Gonzalez there. And now it is Cole Piscotti who has it. Sanders with a 2 from the elbow, and he gets it. So now it is a 13-point lead. And once again, Sanders, 21 points and a foul called. This might be a charge, and I believe it is. Yes, it is. Charge on Jamil Gonzalez, and that's his 4th foul today. One more for him, and he'll foul out. Here's Cole Piscotti. 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go, and counting. Piscotti gets it back, gives it up to Luckman. Luckman over to Stewart. Stewart out to Sanders. And now Stewart with it again, puts it up. Does not fall, and now it goes the other way. Brian Gonzalez. Oh! Piscotti with the steal there. He fires it up to Sanders, who pulls up from the elbow and makes another 2-pointer. And now it's Jamil Gonzalez, who brings it up the court. 2 minutes, 40 seconds to go. Brian Gonzalez, now Jamil Gonzalez, and now Julius Gonzalez. Back to Jamil, now it is Lukin. Philip Lukin, foul. Foul's going to be on Lukin, his 3rd. And that is the 7th team foul, the 6th team foul for Cliffside Park in this half, meaning one more team foul and they will have, a correction here, foul not on Lukin, it is on Cole Piscotti, his 2nd. And so both teams with 16 fouls, one more for either, and it'll trigger the bonus. The 2 is missed by Jamil Gonzalez. Now Onikian off the pass gets a layup. And here is Brian Gonzalez. He brings it up the court, crosses over, gives it over to Julius. Now in the corner, over to Jamil. 3 is good from the corner from Philip Lukin with just 2 minutes to go now. 54-40 is the score. It's a 14-point lead for the Broncos. Now Sanders turns and shoots and gets a long 2. 23 points for number 23, Tyler Sanders, tonight. Very good game from him. And Jamil Gonzalez can't get it. So 2 shots from the line, or 1 and 1, for Jamil Gonzalez here. Foul was on Cole Piscotti, his 3rd. And Gonzalez makes his first. Alex Banting will come in for Nick Luckman for, I believe, these final minute 30-second period here. Gonzalez makes both. He will come out. Actually, no, it's a timeout for the Raiders here, and we'll be back in about a minute. So 1 minute and 27 seconds remain here in the fourth and final quarter of action. It is a 56-42 lead for the Pascack Hills Broncos, a 14-point lead over the Red Raiders of Cliffside Park, as Justin Onikian gives it up to Cole Piscotti, now to Tyler Sanders, who's had an amazing game so far, 25 points, as Alex Banting's freshly subbed in, gets it, gives it back over to Stewart. Stewart gets it back. Now it is Onikian who gives it to Banting. Banting out to Piscotti, and now Stewart. Now it is Onikian. Gives it over to Cole Piscotti again. Now Stewart once again. He gives it back over to Onikian. Now back over to Stewart. And now it is Piscotti. Stewart. No, he tried to give it out to Banting and he couldn't get it. 41 seconds exactly remain here. And this one is pretty much over. Gonzalez into Gonzalez here. Julius into Jamil. And Gonzalez spinning around, puts one up. No good. Rebounded by Stewart. And now Piscotti. Now Banting, 20 seconds left. He gives it to Onikian. Now it's Sanders. Stewart, now Banting again. Now it's Piscotti, and they'll dribble it out. So as the buzzer sounds here, it is a final score of 56-42. The Pascack Hills Broncos defeat the Cliffside Park Red Raiders. We thank you for joining us for our 2 games this Wednesday afternoon. Tomorrow we've got another 2 games at 4 and 5:30. It's JV and Varsity against Saddle River Day. These boys teams back at it again, and we'll be back with it right here on the PH Athletics YouTube channel, which is, of course, your home for Pascack Hills Sports. For now, though, I'm Matthew Merlino. Thank you for joining us.